Hey, welcome to Totally Rad Guitars. In this video I'm just going to showcase this cool Charvel Spectrum. I've actually had this one longer than a lot of other guitars in my collection. I picked it up in 2013 at a local Sam Ash. It had acoustic guitar strings on it, and it was real dirty and nasty, and I couldn't get the electronics to work, and it was a little bit of a mess, but I got a really good price on it. I'd always wanted one, and it was kind of cool. I'd still really like to have another one in a different color, maybe like they came in pink and orange and surf green and all these really cool bright colors with matching headstocks. You could get maple fretboards. They're very, very cool. So I'll just start from the top and go down. So first thing, all Spectrums had a reverse headstock. And they have Jackson tuners, Jackson brand tuners there. This one has the toothpaste logo, locking nut but not bolted through, which was pretty common at the time. This guitar came out sometime in '89 or '90. It's got a very nice, glossy, thin neck, probably one of my favorite types of necks. So this is an R2 width nut, which I really like. I also have a Charvel Predator from around the same year, it's very close in serial number as well. So I'll probably do a video about that one a little later on, but that one has an R4 nut. So even though the neck is mostly the same, that one is just a little bit wider at the nut, which some people really like, especially like for shredding and that kind of thing. I actually like the R2 a little bit better, but yeah, so the arrangement here, you've got 3 single coil pickups. All three are Jackson J200s, which is like a stacked single coil design. They're noise canceling. And something that gets commonly confused on these is they are not active pickups. These are passive pickups. You can take them out, you can put them in other guitars, you can remove the 9-volt battery, it doesn't matter. They still work. They're just plain stacked, stacked single coils. Right there. And then the Floyd, like I said, you've got a volume knob, this little toggle switch, a 5-way selector just like a Strat, and then here this other knob controls, and this is sort of the big gimmick of this guitar, and the reason why I've kept it for so long and why I think it's so cool. In fact, it's inspired a couple of other builds and things that I've been working on, is this last knob controls the frequency of the parametric EQ circuit, and this switch turns it on and off. So something very, very unique about this is this guitar takes a 9-volt battery. It fits in this huge electronics cavity right here. That battery powers the JE-1500 Parametric EQ circuit. Now, actually on the circuit board, inside the cavity there's also 2 micro trim pots. One of them changes the Q of the effect, which is basically how wide of a frequency range it affects. So right now I have it right in the middle, but you could widen it for a different kind of sound, or make it really tight if you wanted like a really nasally specific kind of sound. And then the other knob dictates how much boost. I also have that in the middle, but I actually think it would sound really, really good with that turned all the way up, because one sort of neat thing about this setup is when you're on the bridge pickup, which sounds like a single coil like a Strat, and you flip this switch down, if you have this knob set in the right spot, it gets very, very thick sounding and adds a lot more gain because it's it's a mid boost. So it can sort of act almost like a humbucker at times. I like it right at sort of, I don't know what frequency it would end up being, but there's sort of a sweet spot in the middle here where it sounds like a partway cocked wah. And it also gets the same gain boost. It's very thick sounding. I use this guitar a lot to play covers of like Cars songs and things like that. And in those songs, there's always a lot of like synthesizer parts. And since I mostly just kind of play at home and record at home, when I play those synthesizer parts, I kick on the boost and I use it to play the synthesizer part on the guitar. And it's, it's not exactly like the synthesizer, but it sounds just alien enough, just weird enough to sound kind of not like a guitar. And it's pretty good for that kind of sound. So I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit how this bit works because it's one of the cooler things on the guitar. So right now I'm playing through a JCM-900 SLX with the gain set pretty high. And then the speaker is a G12 T75. Just kind of eyeballed the mic placement there. So it may not be the absolute best tone I've ever recorded, but it'll be good enough just to demonstrate, you know, 0.01% of my audience is playing through this exact setup, so it's not really that applicable to everyone out there. What I want to demonstrate is the unique tones of the guitar itself. So, all right, I'm on the bridge pickup, and the active electronics are turned off. So let's just kind of demonstrate. So it's pretty thick sounding already. I mean, for a single coil, it's not really a Strat-like single coil. It's not really a humbucker either, though. It's kind of similar to like those Duncan STK S1, the original stack pickups, in that they're a little bit thicker than a normal single coil. Almost like maybe sort of similar to the EMG SA, kind of. It's kind of its own, got its own thing going on, but it definitely wouldn't be a replacement for traditional Strat tones exclusively, although it can get pretty close through a clean amplifier. I won't really, maybe I'll demonstrate that at the end. Or actually, I'll just roll the gain down, so. So here's the bridge pickup with the gain roll down a little bit. Now I'm in position 4. Not too much going on there. Position 2. Yeah, so it sounds great on the neck pickup. I really like the JE-200, sounds awesome up there. So the most obvious way to get a feel for what this active electronic sounds like is to put it on the bridge position. So here we are on the bridge position. I have the knob rolled all the way off, so it's as dark as it can get. So here's just, I'll just play a little. I don't think they really intended you to use it like a wah pedal. I don't think they intended for you to like hit a note and twist the knob like a crazy person. I really think it's designed, there's a certain sort of frequency where it sort of sounds the best, and you can kick it on and off. At the higher end, it gets a little too bright for my liking. Yeah, so it's a little too much, but that's a pretty good spot. So it actually, it adjusts the frequency in steps. It's not a perfectly smooth taper. There's like a couple of preset spots, and you can sort of hear it change over. I don't remember exactly how many spots there are, but it's not like a completely smooth thing. But it's finely grained enough to let you choose most frequencies you would want to boost. Now let's hear what the boost sounds like on the neck pickup.